talk about the reports available within the gradebook. So I am in my AP Calculus class right now, and as you can tell, they have a wide variety of assignments in this class. So anything from classwork to quizzes to homeworks to exams. So we've already went over how to do the actions within the gradebook, but let's talk about these reports. So say I want an assignment average. So I will click assignment average. So I don't want to show any withdrawal students, but you could. I want it to be point-based. I want it to be in a 3D bar chart. Let's use Indian red for the average color, and then royal blue for the student score color. So I'm going to choose the start date between the 18th to the 6th, which is the end of this, but I'm actually going to change it to the 11th, which is today's current date. So I'm going to run the report, and it is going to bring up a 3D bar chart of my class's score on each entry. So it tells you the number, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, what each number is, and the class average in numerical form as well. So if you're needing a quick class average, that is the report to run, and you can download it and print it. Okay, so let's go back. So I'm back here in the gradebook. So I'm going to go back to this drop-down menu and look at missing scores. Maybe my student has missing scores. So let's see. I'm going to group by student, or I could group by assignment, up to you. I'm not going to show any withdrawn students. And if you are hovering over one of the assignments specifically, you could click that you wanted to show specific assignment. But I did not hover over an assignment, so I'm not going to be able to click that box. So then I'll press run. And it actually tells me there's no missing assignments found. So let's just double check that. If I go back, you will land here back on the gradebook page. And as you can tell, none of my students in 4th period have an M marking. Now these two do have an I marking, so that means it's incomplete. It's not counting as a 0, just informing them that they need to come complete it. But no missing assignments for this class. So let's also talk about this printable gradebook. We've already done this beforehand, but you can do a printable gradebook. So, printable gradebook, you can show the all none, you can do the roster, you can do grade, you can do total points, you can do withdrawn students, whatever you need to, you press run. It's going to open the report tab, give you an Excel sheet, as well as a PDF version of it. So let's continue going down. You can set a threshold. So say you really need everyone for this derivative quiz 3 to make at least 50%. Or 50%. Okay? So I'm going to press run. So no student scored less than a 50%. So that's good. So now I'm back here on the gradebook page. So what if this Unit 3 exam, I really need students to have at least scored a 90%. That's my goal. So I don't want to go through and pick out all the numbers, because what happens when you have a class of 30? It's too much. So let's do a threshold. So I need my students to score at least a 90%. And I'm going to select an assignment. And it is going to be the Unit 3 exam. So let's run this report. So I have blurred out the PDF for student confidentiality, but it pulls up the students who made below a 90%. Now, you can totally change that score threshold to what if you want to see students who made above a 90%. You can do that, and it would print out the report as well. So use this especially when you are needing to talk about students maybe during a SIT meeting or even during an intervention meeting. This score threshold report will be a great resource. So now if you go back here on the main gradebook page, we only have a few more reports to look at. We can do student averages. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to do none, and I'm going to press run, and it's going to automatically bring up an Excel sheet. But as you can tell, it is going to bring up their averages as of right now, a printable version, and their semester grade based on their first 9 weeks and second 9 weeks grades, the anticipated semester grade. So now if I go back, landing page, and the last report we can run is the student detail. And we have already gone over the student detail, but just to recap, you can put a header in there, make it look all nice and neat for parent-teacher conferences, do a show class average, do a signature line, press run, and when you press run, it will automatically produce a student grade report that you can hand out at parent-teacher conferences. So use these reports to your advantage and take some of the load off of your plate on having to figure out which students scored below the threshold, what the average of assignments are, who's missing an assignment. Use these features to help you.